Hi guys! Welcome back to our channel. This is Ephraim and you're watching Planting with Ep and Grace. Another day, another plant to discuss. Ito na naman ang inyong hardinarong kapitbahay nagsasabing, tara, usap tayo. Hi guys! Mabuhay! Welcome back to Planting with Ep and Grace. This is Ephraim, your hardinarong kapitbahay. Nice and beautiful foliages are pleasant to our eyes, but some other benefits like medicinal value is also another important factor why we need them to take care. Today, we're going to talk about another plant that can be used as a beautiful plant in our garden, as well as it has a very nice medicinal purposes or uses. It is called as the yan, Costus spiralis or strawberry buds, also known as Spiralis ginger, okay? Or Costus spiralis. And obviously, makikita naman natin na medyo spiral yung kanyang itsura. Okay, yung kanyang pinaka-plant. So, this is our featured plant today. So, this particular plant is a native of Brazil. Okay, so dun siya nanggaling actually. Or dun siya siguro na-discover or nakita at first. So, the Spiralis ginger is called because the leaves attached to the stem are spiral. So, the stalk height of this particular plant is about 2 meters. The leaves are elliptical or wide lanceolate with leaf edges all over the leaves in a spiral position. So, itong aking hawak na to, this is actually a younger version of Spiralis. So, hindi pa siya talaga totally matured na klase ng Spiralis. So, this is just a small one. Okay? So, the inflorescence, as you can see, itong kanyang pinaka sinatawag nating flower is not actually a flower. So the one that looks like a flower is called the bract, and it is well reddish red. So para siyang reddish red. Ito nga ang akin ay parang parang siyang siguro medyo orange nga yung kanyang pinakakulay. Okay? So the actual flower of this particular plant is yellow, which is tubular flower that emerges from the bract. So ano ba ito? So if this is actually your bract, so yung pinaka-flower niya ay lumalabas doon sa pinaka-bract na kulay yellow. Okay? Na tubular yung itsura niya. So, this particular flower emerges all year round. All year round, I mean. So, the flowers blooms all year round. So, in Brazil, the Brazilian traditional medicine are actually the leaves, the stems, and the rhizomes that are treated or used for treatment of complications of diabetes, gonorrhea, syphilis, nephritis, insect bites, treating bladder disorders, diuretics, and tonic drugs. So, the applications of these traditional medicines as above, as well as for ornamental purposes. So, yun yung kanyang iba't ibang gamit. Kaya nga guys, this particular plant is a nice addition to our plants, especially in our garden. So I'm not suggesting definitely that this one will be put sa loob ng ating bahay or sa indoor plant. Pero if you have some siguro if you have some patio or if you have some areas sa labas ng bahay nyo na pwede nyo paglagyan ng inyong halaman, this will be a nice part of it. Okay? So napakaganda nito na ilagay sa ating garden or sa small garden natin. Okay. Now, let's talk about the soil. So, as you can see here, yung aking binilhan dito, ang ginamit niya ditong soil ay medyo may pagka-loam type of soil. But actually, this particular plant is best suited to a light, fast-draining potting soil mix. Okay, so that is actually the perfect soil for this particular plant. So that's why we're going to repot this one. Pero hindi ko na masyadong titingnan or sisirain yung kanyang pinaka-soil. So we're just going to add up some soil na fast draining type para syempre as you can see naman medyo maliit naman itong ating pinaka lalagyan ng ating plant. So definitely there is a possibility naman na pag ito ay dumami at nagkaroon siya ng additional na rhizomes, then that is actually one way para siya ay magkaroon na na lumabas siya from that particular area nung ating soil. So meaning yung additional soil natin doon na ngayon lalaki yung mas marami pang mga roots. Okay? So wala tayong problemahin regarding with that. And another thing is syempre aalisin natin or iiwasan natin na magkaroon tayo ng problema regarding with dun sa mga fresh wounds na pwede nating i-cause doon sa ating plant if ever na tayo ay na-ireripat natin siya. So, let's see. Ano ba ang itsura ng ating pinaka roots or rhizomes ng ating plant? So, okay. So, yan. Pakita natin. So, naglagay lang ako ng konting ano daw dito, basins para tagasalo ng pinaka dirt or lupa natin. Okay, so as you can see here, yan. This is actually a clear clay loam soil. Okay, as of now, medyo magkakaroon tayo ng problema regarding with this. So I think hindi natin may iwasan na kailangan natin siyang tanggalin. Okay, sorry guys. So pero we have to remove yung mga iba't ibang yung pinaka soil natin na medyo matindi or medyo kumukuha ng pinaka soil kasi clay to eh. So yun ang nagiging problema natin if in case. So babawasan lang naman natin. As you can see, nakikita nyo yung mga iba't ibang mga roots doon. Nag-ano naman siya. I think it can really survive on this particular type of soil. Pero yun nga, we have to replace siguro ng konti-konti yung pinaka big bunch or pinaka big clumps ng ating soil. Okay? So, yun. Now, as you can see here also, we have some growth. Okay? You know, pansinin nyo yun. Okay, pakita ko sa inyo ng maayos. Okay. So, this is actually the growths. Okay, the growth ng ating pinaka plant. Okay? So, ito yung magta-turn into another Costus spiralis. Okay? Siya yung sa magiging another shoots na yan. Yan yung magiging isa sa mga plants na ito. Now, and that is actually nice kasi ibig sabihin lang nun, well adapted na siya dun sa ating, sa piniling soil niya. Okay? Pero as of now, hindi pa naman siya this is actively growing. So, hindi pa siya totally ang tawag dito, this is actually, we can say that this one is quite new doon sa kanyang pinaka-pots. Okay? So, I think this is enough. Okay, this is enough. Siguro yung pinaka-clumps nito, I think this is enough para okay na siya. Binagbawas lang tayo ng konti para kung saan medyo ma-free yung ating soil, yung ating mga roots in terms of aerations, in terms of yung magkaroon siya ng maraming propagations, kumbaga. Okay? Para makahinga siya ng konti. So, sige. Iba natin to. And then we're going to repot this one. Okay. So, the first thing first that we have to do now is we have to choose a pot that has a good drainage hole. Yan. So, binutasan ko siya ng maayos. Medyo malaki para magkaroon siya ng yung pinaka-material natin ay yung pinaka-water natin will go down directly at hindi siya magkaroon ng o hindi siya maipon doon sa ating pinaka-soil mix. Okay. So, now, in terms of the soil, sabi ko nga sa inyo, kailangan natin ng fast draining type of soil, yung perfect type of soil natin. So, I'm going to use this one. Siyempre, this one is a combination of a pumice rocks as well as yung mga konting mga burnt at na mga rice hull. And then also, meron tayo dito tinatawag na meron tayong tinatawag dito na mga coco wire. Ayan, napapansin natin medyo dark yung kanyang soil. Okay? So, that will be a nice part of this particular plant or this particular soil para magkaroon ng chances yung ating roots na magkaroon ng mas maraming or ma-increase yung kanyang root system. Okay? So, also, syempre, mapapansin natin din dito na yung ating pinaka-plant, this is quite different from the other spiralis. Kasi bakit? Usually kasi ang spiralis natin, hindi siya agad nagkakaroon ng bracts. This one is quite different kasi nga, as the early stage pa lamang ng ating material, ng ating pinaka-spiralis, tumubo na agad yung ating bracts. And not actually doon sa pinakadulo. Kasi usually kasi, yung ating mga spiralis, itong mga flowers na to, doon pupunta doon sa pinakadulo ng ating pinaka-spiralis. In this case, dito siya sa baba. Well, we are trying to look into the unique characteristics of this one, pero as far as I know, this is Costus pa rin naman. Okay, so wala tayong problema. And of course, the behavior of the plant is spiralis. Kaya we try to look into kung siya pa ay different type of species, kumbaga. Okay. But anyway, so how about the lighting? Okay, sa light. So doon naman tayo sa light. Now, this particular plant actually likes morning sun exposure. Okay? So yun ang kanyang pinaka-best na gusto niyang makuha. Okay, yung morning light exposure. Pero plants that receive more light should receive more water also. So syempre, we have to take note na kung siya ay nakakuha ng mas maraming light, syempre, mas mataas ang tinatawag nating evaporation din. Okay? So that's why we really need to supply yung tinatawag nating water. Okay? Yung watering ng ating pinaka-plant. Kasi nga, they're actually nawawala yung pinaka water nila once it is being exposed to light kasi mataas nga yung evaporation process. Now, although pwede natin siyang ilagay sa morning light lamang ang kanyang exposure, pero ito naman ay pwede natin siyang i-acclimatize or unti-unti natin siyang i-expose sa full sun. Okay, yun naman ang kagandahan dito sa ating halaman na to. So, pwede naman siya sa full sun. Pero yun nga lang, it takes time pa rin para natin makuha yung pinaka-full sun na requirement ng ating plant. Okay? Syempre, iniisip din natin na hindi natin pwedeng biglain yung ating halaman na sige, pumunta ka na agad sa pagiging sa araw. Kasi most probably, most of the plants naman kasi they have this particular time na kailangan nilang mag-adapt do sa particular conditions nila. Okay? So, kaya yun, so we have to take it little by little yung kanyang exposure dun sa ating araw. Okay, now, in terms of the watering, so we have discussed a little bit about watering earlier. The water of this particular plant is actually regular. So, ibig sabihin ng regular, araw-araw halos natin siyang kailangan diligan. Okay? Kaya nga, pero you have to take note na you should not be able to let the soil get dry. So, ibig sabihin, kaya we also uses yung ating soil mix kanina na meron siya mga konting coco coir is because we have to maintain a particular moisture dun sa ating soil. And it's very important for this particular plant to have a moist soil mix. Kasi nga, yung watering niya, yung kanyang structure ay kailangan niya talaga ng medyo mamasa-masang medium or soil mix. Okay? Now, but definitely, we should be able to take note also na hindi natin dapat siya o hindi dapat natin gawin na mag-sit siya doon sa klase ng soil na nag-absorb ng too much amount of water. Okay? So, because waterlogged soil can create rhizomes that could rot. So, pwedeng ma-experience ng ating soil, ng ating plant, yung tinatawag nating root rotting. Pag nagkaroon tayo ng tatawag nating or pag naglagay tayo ng soil mix na nagko-contain ng maraming water. And that is not actually nice for this particular plant. So, that's why we choose something na klase ng soil na fast draining siya pero mataas naman yung pagko-contain niya ng moisture. Moisture lang, hindi water. Okay? So, that is one thing. Siguro that's the reason why the seller, gumamit siya ng medyo clay loam type of soil. Kasi nga, nakita natin na kailangan niya talaga ng water. Okay? With that. Now, in terms of the fertilizer, we have to feed this particular plant. Especially this one is a growing type of plant. Kasi maliit pa naman siya. So, definitely, we could assume na talagang palaki pa lang siya. Okay? So, we have to feed this plant with weak liquid fertilizer. Ibig sabihin, hindi naman ganong kataas o katapang na fertilizer. We have to apply, siguro pwede nating lagyan siguro ng mga organic fertilizer natin that could supply primarily dun sa mga pangangailangan niya such as micronutrients para sa kanyang paglaki. Okay? Sa kanyang pag-grow. Okay? So, this plant, take note that this one is also a heavy feeders. Ibig sabihin, talagang mataas ang pag-consume niya ng nutrients, especially that this plant is still growing. Okay? Now, another one is repotting. So, kailan ba tayo dapat nagre-repot? Actually, this particular plant, madali naman siyang lumaki. Okay? Pero, this Costus species need a repotting annually. So, ibig sabihin, yearly, pwede tayo mag-repot. And take note that this could be an opportunity for us na syempre pag malaki na siya, dumadami din yung kanyang pinaka rhizomes o yung pinaka mga maliliit niyang mga plants. And this could be our opportunity to reproduce or to have other or pwede natin i-separate yung mga maliliit na plants niya para makakuha tayo ng maraming mga ganitong klase ng halaman pa or ng pots pa ng potted plants pa na katulad dito. The reason behind that is if you really want to maintain a manageable size at manageable na ganitong klase ng halaman, i-retain natin yung kanyang pinaka-size. And we don't have any problem regarding with the of using another pot. Kasi we could use again the same pot kung saan siya nakatanim. Ang mangyayari lamang natin ay when we repot the particular plant, definitely we just have to remove some of those small na mga plantlets from this particular mother plant. Tapos saka natin siya ilagay ulit doon sa pinaka pot na ating ginamit. So wala tayong problemahin kung bibili ba tayo ng isa pang pot or hindi na. Or or hindi natin gagamitin isang pot o hindi na. Because the pot that we use can still be used by the same plant. We just going to remove some of the plantlets or yung pinakamaliliit na mga baby plant. So, yun, isa-separate natin yun. Pwede natin itanim sa ating garden, pwede natin ilagay sa other pots. Okay? So, that is in terms of the repotting naman itong plant ito. Okay. Now, for the propagation, they can be propagated by leaf cutting. Okay? But by far, the easiest way to propagate for this Costus plant is to divide the rhizomes. Nakita niyo yung kanina, yung maliit na shoots, that is actually the one na pwede nating i-cut once na medyo nag-grow siya ng konti. So, yun pwede nating i-divide yun from this mother plant. Tapos, siya na ngayon yung maging another Costus plant natin sa ibang mga pots. So, pwede natin ilagay sa ibang mga pots. So, I think that will be the best way to propagate this plant. Okay. Now, in terms of the pests, this plant, syempre, like any other plant, susceptible siya sa tinatawag nating mealybugs and aphids. Now, remember na this plant medyo may pagka-fleshy yung kanyang pinaka stems at saka yung pinaka leaves niya. So more or less the mealybugs and the aphids are the one that sucks those juice from this particular plant. Okay? Now, there are some problems that you might be able to encounter aside from the pests. Meron tayong tinatawag na brown leaf margin. So pwedeng mag-brown yung leaf margin niya. And this is due to the underwater condition. Ibig sabihin, hindi natin siya masyadong nadidiligan or medyo mababa na yung moisture content ng ating plant. So, the only thing that we have to do with that is we have to, lagyan natin ng tubig or diligan natin siya ng tubig na madalas. Okay? Para makarecover naman yung ating mga plants o yung sistema ng plants natin. Another thing is, of course, yung tinatawag nating cold drop or tinatawag natin yung temperature niya ay mas mababa. Well, in the Philippines, we don't have any problem regarding with that kasi nga we are in tropical country. So, problema lang talaga natin is underwater yung ating pinaka-Costus. Okay? Now, of course, we all know, I have mentioned already sa beginning natin, the benefits of this Costus spiralis. Of course, it has a very wide medicinal value sa atin. So, that's why, in a separate video, we could be able to present to you ano ba yung mga iba't ibang gamit pa nitong ating spiralis, okay? Para syempre may share ko sa inyo kung ano ba yung pwede natin gawin regarding with the stems, the leaves, and the rhizomes. And that will be a best or the good start para sa ating syempre pagpaparami ng ating Costus, okay? Kasi usually nung nakita ko to, kala ko it's just an ornamental plant. Kasi nga, it is a spiral type. So, pag nag-grow tayo niyan, pag lumaki yan, makikita nyo, napakaganda yan kasi umiikot talaga siya, nag-spiral talaga siya. Pero, nung nakita ko siya at na-research ko siya, nakita ko yung kanyang medicinal value, napakadami pala niyang pwedeng maging benefits aside from being an ornamental plant. And it is actually a very nice thing to have this particular plant. Okay? So, if I were you, medyo may pagka syempre herbalist kayo, gusto niyo ng medyo marami kayong mga herbs at saka marami kayong mga medicinal materials sa inyong bahay na pwede niyo gamitin in the near future, or if you're doing some experimentations regarding with the possibility of of this particular plant as part of your active ingredients, mga antioxidants. So pwede naman ninyong experiment ito, and that will be a very nice project. Okay? So, guys, I think that's all, folks. You're watching Planting with Depth and Grace. And of course, if you have some comments, suggestions about this particular plant, we would like to hear from you. Okay? So, please watch and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And also, you may visit our FB page, Maria Gracia at ang Lihim na Hardin. Okay, guys? So, see you again next time for another time na tayo mag-uusap uli regarding with the different types of plants, and we would like to have, syempre, comments from you guys. And we are very happy na nakakarinig kami ng mga positive. At syempre, nakakarinig kami ng medyo off ng konti, pero we take it as a positive criticisms for us to improve our videos. Thank you and goodbye!